here on this first night of December here in 2022. The pregame show is driven by Rice Motors in Carmi. Take ricemotors.com for a test drive now and give Rice a try before you buy. Scott Maring back at the WRUL studio. Asher Penrod is here at McDougal-Hever's Gym. Those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. So, Travis, we saw the Lady Bulldogs lose just 2 nights ago to Hamilton County, 61-22. Where really nothing went right for Carmi. But it's a very good Hamilton County team. But at home tonight against a winnable conference opponent they saw just 10 days ago, you got to like your chances for Carmi. The second time around, they're more healthy and more prepared in the second matchup with the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, you had an injury with Johanna Smith going down with that ankle, and Caroline Simmons missed the game because of some type of illness. And you also got some game tape on them now, so you understand what they're trying to do to you defensively, what they're trying to run offensively. So it's a much better matchup for Carmi this time around.
And these two teams played back on Monday. It was last Monday, that is. It was a 43-35 win for Eldorado. And Travis, the biggest story of that game was the fact that Eldorado came out in a box-and-one defense and basically took Mara Serafini out of the ballgame. She only scored 4 points, and 3 of those came on a half-court heave to end the first quarter. But Clinton Wolf, they didn't expect that. He's got that under his bag now. They've prepared for it. So you can imagine we can see a little more freeness from Mara as we go out throughout the game tonight.
Yeah, they're going to learn. They've been practicing. We talked to Coach Wolf Tuesday night after the game, and he's talked about how they were adjusting to it. And that's the first time they've seen it. So now they've had some practice with it, can adjust to it, and hopefully Mara will get more freed up and more movement because she's a big part of the Carmi's offense, and they really want to get her involved early and often.
Carmi 2-5 on the year. Eldorado 5-2. They took down Gallatin County earlier this week. They went 3-1. They're in the Harrisburg preview tournament, got second place. Their only loss was to Harrisburg, and Harrisburg just ran over everybody. But Eldorado, year in, year out, they're always a competitive girls team, but Carmi and them always play well together. Eldorado actually beat Carmi all 3 times last season when the Lady Bulldogs went 11-20 in that campaign. But Travis, again, when you have a young team like Carmi does, coming into the season, only one player really had significant varsity minutes. You got to think Tuesday was kind of part of that learning process for these young players and learning what it's like to be a varsity player.
I mean, every game they play, they're getting more and more experience. They're getting better and better, and this is for down the line. I mean, there's a couple seniors on this roster too that are getting some good varsity experience, but it's more you got to look towards the younger kids. You got your juniors, you got your sophomores, and you got your freshmen. They're getting significant time. That's just going to help the program later on down the line.
The JV Lady Bulldogs got their second win of the season just a few minutes ago, and they are about to begin the national anthem. And so we will step aside for a 3-minute break right here on 97.3 WRUL. Back here at McDougall-Evers Gymnasium, Cole Carter and Travis Black. Toby Brown introducing the starting lines for both sides. First for Eldorado, they are mixing things up a little bit than what they did last week in the matchup. They're going to start number 1, Adriana Hendricks. Hendricks is a junior at the point guard spot. Also number 5, Brianna Bennett, who is a junior. Number 4, Ellie Berry getting the start tonight. Did not start last week. And as well as number 2, that's Macy Hearn getting the start. And Kylie Oglesby, the senior. Oglesby had injured her ankle earlier in the week, but she is in there tonight for Eldorado. And that is your starting 5 for head coach Megan Mitchell in her first year at the helm. And it's going to be the same starting 5 for Carmi-White County and head coach Clinton Wolf. Johanna Smith, the 5'3" junior guard, averaging 2.3 points per game this season. Number 10, Lily Pollard, a 5'6" senior. Wearing number 10, she is averaging 3.6 points per game here in 2022. Mara Serafini, a 5'7" junior guard, averaging just over 9 points per game. Wearing number 14, Ashlyn Rager, 5'7" sophomore, wearing number 32, averaging 2.9 points per game. And Ebony Hawkins down low, a 5'8" senior, number 42, averaging 2.6 points per game for the Carmi-White County Lady Bulldogs. That's Ashlyn Rager, Ebony Hawkins, Lily Pollard, Mara Serafini, and Johanna Smith. I want to take a second and introduce fans to a couple of new sponsors here for the month of December and moving forward. Starting tonight, we have the First Bank three-pointer. So every three-point basket made by the Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs this season, First Bank will donate $3 to the Carmi-White County Unit 5 School District. Also, we will have Carmi Lumber timeouts also beginning tonight. So a couple of new sponsors. Appreciate all of our Bulldog basketball sponsors. We'll get to those later on in the broadcast. Carmi in their home white uniforms going right to left here in the first half. Eldorado in their road purple uniforms with gold letters and numbers and gold striping on the side. Tip is going to be won by Karis Lane of Eldorado, and we are underway here at McDougall-Evers. Karis Lane goes right to the rack against Serafini. Her shot off the mark, and Ashlyn Rager grabs the rebound for the Lady Bulldogs. Over on the right side is Smith. Now on the far side to Rager. Nice cut down low by Ebony Hawkins. She'll go up and draw the foul, and she will shoot a couple of free throws. Travis, a good job there in the half-court offense by Hawkins. It was a nice screen. She got open and drew the foul.
Yeah, it's very interesting that Eldorado's not starting out with that box and one that they had so much success with last Monday. They're starting out in man, it looks like.
First free throw for Hawkins on the way. That one's up and good to put Carmi on the board first. 1-0, 7:40 to play here in the first quarter. Hawkins 8 of 15 from the free throw line this season. Now 9 of 16. And this makes it a 2-0 Carmi lead. Lady Bulldogs now out in the full court pressure. We've seen Carmi do this a handful of times this season. Eldorado looks kind of confused in the backcourt. Lane has it. She's trying to go across the timeline, and she does against Serafini. And she stepped out of bounds, says Rocky Hall, the near side official. And the ball goes back over to Carmi.
Good defense there by Carmi. Exactly what they want.
Eldorado looked pretty confused, just kind of out of place there against that full court pressure. 2-0 Lady Bulldogs, 7:23 to play here in the opening quarter. Rager left top, picks up her dribble. Looking, now hands it off to Serafini, who gets away from Bennett. And they're going to say an offensive foul as Ebony Hawkins was pushing Kylie Oglesby out of the lane. Hawkins was trying to create a lane there for Serafini, but gets off with a foul.
Can't be doing that. A little bit of a hook. Good idea, just got caught.
One foul apiece here in the opening quarter, and they lob it in. This is Hendricks, who has the basketball for Eldorado, and Pollard nearly took it away. Out of bounds, last touch by Pollard. Travis here in the first minute. Carmi very up in the face of Eldorado defensively.
Yeah, they are really, packing on that defensive pressure.
On the right side, here is Lane going up against Serafini. 2 leading scorers for each side, and Rager knocks it away and takes it away from Lane. Here comes Carmi the other way. Rager into the front court. Now goes left in the near corner. They go back down to the post to Rager. She corrals it, turns and shoots, and draws the foul. So Ashlyn Rager will go to the free throw line for a pair of free throws. That foul on Karis Lane, that is her first foul.
Carmi's doing a great job now that Eldorado's back in that box and one, getting people open using screens.
First free throw for Rager on the way. Missed it. Yeah, Carmi has a team back on Tuesday. Just did not shoot the basketball very well from the field or at the free throw line. Second free throw for Rager on the way. It was 1 of 2.
Yeah, Tuesday was one of those nights where nothing can go right.
And the scoreboard showed it. 61-22. Hamilton County won that contest. Eldorado the other way, and Barry got away with a travel. They go near side to Bennett. Thought about going to the top of the key. Now goes near corner back to Barry. Back to Oglesby now on the right top. Bounce pass to Lane in the post. Out to Bennett. Deep 2-point jumper. Got it to go. Brianna Bennett gets the scoring starter for Eldorado. It's 3-2. And they've gone to the box and one here, Travis. You see Brianna Bennett just following Mara Serafini like she's walking the dog. Rager goes cross court to Lily Pollard. Lily's going to pull it for a 2-point jumper. It's no good. And Oglesby fights for the rebound, and she's got it for Eldorado. 6:10 to play here in the first quarter. 3-2, Lady Bulldogs lead. Into the front court goes Lane. She steps back, goes to Oglesby on the left top. Down to Lane in the post, trying to go around Serafini.
Calling for a hook.
They're going to call an offensive foul against Eldorado. That was Lane, and that's Lane's second foul. The Eldorado fans disagree with that call. That's a second foul on Lane, though.
That's going to be big time.
That's their leading scorer. They don't take her out, though. They take Barry out of the ball game, so Lane will stay in there with 2 fouls with 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Johanna Smith into the front court for the Lady Bulldogs. Goes on the far side to Rager. Rager looks back to the top to Smith. Smith now back in the far corner to Rager. They want to go in the post. They got Pollard open back door. They go to her. Lily steps through and missed the shot. And the rebound grabbed by Lane. Carmi had a good look against his own defense, and then Lane nearly turns it over. Hawkins dives on the floor. Gotta like the hustle from the senior Ebony Hawkins. Jump ball favors Eldorado, or favors Carmi. So the ball goes back to the Lady Bulldogs. Great hustle there from the senior.
That's senior leadership right there, getting on the floor, sacrificing the body.
Rager to inbound, now goes top of the circle to Pollard. Pollard on the right block to Rager. Her shot no good. Rebound grabbed by Lane, and Eldorado comes the other way. 5:27 to go here in the opening quarter. 3-2, Lady Bulldogs lead. Down to the post, they go to Lily Dunn. Her shot won't fall, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Johanna Smith. It will stay with Eldorado. Lily Dunn checked into the game or that last dead ball. Still 3-2, Lady Bulldogs lead. 5:18 to play here in the opening quarter. Oglesby will inbound. She looks now, lobs it up into Lane, guarded by Serafini. Lane goes up, and she's able to draw the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. That foul on Mara Serafini, that is her first and the second against Carmi. Travis, go back to that play with Hawkins dive on the loose ball. Clinton Wolf said in the postgame on Tuesday he thought the effort just wasn't there, and a great sign early on in this game showing they're wanting to put in more effort.
The last 2 minutes and 45 seconds have shown that just defensively how much they're more into the game. They're ready to play. Come out Tuesday a little lethargic, a little slow, a little like, why are we here? But tonight they have shown a totally different side.
Lane hits the first free throw, and she hits the second to put Eldorado in front for the first time tonight. It's 4-3, 5:15 to play here in the first quarter. Carmi has it as Smith takes it across the timeline. Now left side to Serafini. Ball above her head, looking now, goes near corner. Ashlyn Rager catch and shoot three, won't fall. And Lane grabs the rebound. Eldorado trying to go into the front court, and Oglesby slipped and fell. Ball goes out of bounds. She seems to be okay, though. I mentioned she's been dealing with an ankle injury, but she's back on her feet. Ball goes back over to Carmi. 4:55 to play here in the first quarter. 4-3 Eldorado. Smith picks up her dribble, now goes left side, Rager. Rager looks, puts on the floor, now back to Smith, top of the key. Eldorado still in that box and one defense with Serafini being face guarded by Bennett. Smith still has the basketball in the Bulldog logo, dribbles left, now in the near corner to Rager. Rager looks, puts on the floor, now back to top of the key to Serafini. Mara in the far corner, Johanna Smith. One dribble, thought about a shot, now tries to go inside to Hawkins, not there, got it back, now it's Rager, top of the circle. 4:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Smith back to the top of the key to Rager. Rager dribbles left, Rager picks it up, now goes top of the circle to Smith. Carmi very patient here on the offensive end. Smith picks up her dribble, and they're going to say a jump ball with the arrow favoring Eldorado.
Carmi right there, just a little stagnant with the offense, playing a little pitch and catch.
Really give credit to Eldorado there defensively. Long possession there for Carmi. Lady Eagles didn't budge. 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. 4-3, Lady Eagles lead. In Carmi's second conference game of the season. That pass off the hands of Oglesby. Then she lost it, gets it back outside. And on the right top, it's Hendricks, the top of the circle now to Lane. Lane thought about a three, drives left, now stops, goes to Oglesby. Out top to Hendricks. She'll put on the floor. She'll drive, two-handed floater is no good. And the rebound bounced out into the hands of Hawkins. Another defensive stop for Carmi. 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. Carmi has yet to make a field goal in this contest. Near corner, it's Rager. She picks up her dribble, now goes to Serafini left top. She'll dribble to the right side. Bounce pass far corner to Smith. Now dribbling to the top of the key as Johanna lost the dribble, and it goes in the backcourt. And, the officials were almost, the far side official said it was tipped, but Rocky Hall's going to come in and say he thought that Smith dribbled it off her leg. The officials will discuss it, and it will stay Carmi ball. Man, I think the Lady Bulldogs got a break there. I thought it went off the leg of Smith.
I did too, and I also thought she also got away with a little bit of a double dribble there before they blew that whistle.
Yeah, Lady Eagle fans behind us not too happy about that one. Shemaine Lovell checks in here for Carmi as she gets the basketball on the right side. Hendricks knocked it away. It goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Carmi. 3:01 to play here in the first quarter. Lady Bulldogs trail Eldorado 4-3. Smith has it, top of the key. Looking, now goes left side to Lovell. Lovell looks, puts on the floor, now goes back to the right side and hands it off to Serafini, guarded by Bennett. Serafini goes left, gets a screen from Pollard, picks up her dribble, now goes up top to Lovell. Lovell goes right side, Hawkins, now right corner to Smith. Thought about a three, now puts it on the floor, and they're going to call a foul against Hendricks. It was picking at the ball early there when Smith caught it.
Now the momentum seems to be shifting into Eldorado's favor. They're the ones having that defensive intensity, and Carmi's kind of just a little shell shocked.
Yeah, Carmi just seems a little bit confused offensively. You know, they've put in some new things to work against this box and one, but still just a little bit stagnant, like you said, Travis. Caroline Simmons into the ball game. She drives in. Now it's Lovell who will catch and shoot on a pull-up jumper. It's no good, and the rebound bounced out to Hendricks. Not a bad look by Lovell. Almost went in. And here comes Eldorado the other way. 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. Still 4-3 Lady Eagles. Dunn in the near corner goes Oglesby. She's going to direct traffic. Now goes top of the circle to Hendricks on the right side. Near corner. Karis Lane catch and shoot three off the rim. And Lily Pollard has the rebound for Carmi. And they're going to call a jump ball.
This is replaying of last Monday night's game with all the jump balls.
Really seen in both boys and girls basketball early in the season. A lot of referees really quick to call a jump ball. I guess they just don't want a lot of elbows being thrown around. Don't want any fights on a jump ball. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Lady Eagles still lead 4-3. Pollard at the left elbow goes Hawkins. Now back to Pollard left top of the circle to Lovell. And the hit ball went through the hands of Hawkins. And a Carmi turnover.
Just a little too hot on the pass there.
Into the front court goes Lane. Now in the far corner, Oglesby. Oglesby looks, goes back down to the post to Lane. Lane turns and shoots, can't hit. Rebound tipped around, last touch by Lane. Ball goes back over to Carmi. Another good defensive stop there for the Lady Bulldogs. Travis, I don't think, has either team made a field goal in this game?
Eldorado has one field goal.
4-3 the score. Carmi's just made 3 free throws. Lavelle on the right top. Now it's Simmons left side. Pollard will step into an open jumper off the back of the rim. No good. And the rebound goes out in the hands of Hendricks. 1:14 to play in a very low scoring but highly contested first quarter. 4-3 Eldorado leads. Bennett goes near side to Oglesby. Dumps it off to Lane down to the post. Lane turns and scores. Karis Lane has 4 points for Eldorado, leading scorer for either side. And it's 6-3 Eldorado, 52 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Pollard goes left. Right side level. Catch and shoot three for Shemaine. It's off the mark, but Pollard's there for the offensive rebound, tries to save it, and throws it into the hands of Bennett. Eldorado has numbers the other way, and Bennett lost it. Now in the hands of Hawkins. Carmi takes it right back away here for the final 30 seconds. Lady Bulldogs trail by 3. Pollard left side, puts on the floor. Now top of the key, Simmons. Right side level. Back to Simmons. Left side Pollard, open 2-point jumper. It's going to rim out. Man, Lily has had 2 or 3 good open looks, just can't get them to go. Eldorado has it here in the final 12 seconds. Lane thought about pulling up, goes far side, Dunn. Her shot off the back of the rim, no good. Oglesby fights for the offensive rebound. She steps through and draws a foul on Lovell. So 2 free throws coming up for Kylie Oglesby here in the final 4 seconds.
Yeah, that last minute sequence right there, Cole, is just a little helter-skelter for both teams.
So Oglesby will shoot a pair of free throws here. 6-3, Eldorado leads. First free throw for Oglesby nearly touches the ceiling and goes in. We noticed that last Monday in her free throw shot, Travis. It's a high arcing shot. Oglesby will have one more, 4.4 seconds on the clock. Lady Eagles lead 7-3. Second free throw for Oglesby on the way. Got it. He goes 2 for 2, makes it 8-3. Smith back to Rager, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Rager from midcourt. That one is short, and that is how the first quarter comes to an end in a defensive battle, to say the least, as Eldorado leads Carmi 8-3. We'll take a 1-minute break right here on 97.3 WRUL. Starting the second quarter, Colorado County trailing Eldorado 8-3. Eldorado has the ball to start the second quarter. Cole Carter and Travis Black with you at McDougal-Evers Gymnasium. And Hendricks on the right side goes down low to Dunn in the post, and that's going to be a double dribble, says Rocky Hall, the near side official. 7.3 FM WRUL, Carmi, Illinois, and online worldwide at WRUL.com. And also tonight on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. Smith into the front court for the Lady Bulldogs, and Clinton Wolf did not like what he saw offensively.
Just looks like Carmi's a little slow getting into their offensive sets there.
Wolf calls a 30-second break. We'll keep it here. We'll stay here with 7:37 here on the second quarter clock. But, you know, Travis, Carmi did not have a field goal in that first quarter. They've put some new things in offensively to work against this box-and-one defense, but so far –
be where they should be standing, but you'll see that with a young team, especially facing a box-and-one, which you don't really normally face on a regular basis. And they're going to struggle with it, but hopefully they'll be able to make the adjustments throughout the game that will help them, you know, get some success against it.
So Carmi will inbound after the Clinton Wolf timeout. 7:35 to go here in the second quarter. Smith into the front court, tries to split the defense, dribbled it off for a foot, but Bennett corrals it for the Lady Eagles. Eldorado trying to go the other way. Carmi, though, applies the full court pressure. Oglesby into the front court. Goes on the right side against Lovell. Now kicks it back out to Lane on the right top. Lane puts it on the floor. Step back jumper for Lane, no good. Nice box out by Ashlyn Rager to grab the rebound. Rager will take it into the front court. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Rager nearly got away with a travel. Goes to the top of the key to Lovell. Lovell thought about a three. Drives in, dumps it off to Rager down low and scores. Nice pass there by Shemaine Lovell. And Carmi has their first field goal of the night. It's down to a 3-point game, 8-5. Officials letting them play here in the first minute of the second quarter. 6:45 to go here in the second, 8-5 Eldorado. Hendricks top of the key, goes near side to Oglesby, now near corner to Dunn. Baseball pass top of the key to Bennett. Catch and shoot jumper off the glass, no good. And rebound, touch out of bounds off the hand of Dunn. Goes back over to Carmi. See the freshman Addie Elliott check into the ball game. Elliott averaging 4.3 points per game as a freshman, and Travis, we talked about her, a nice mix at the point guard position for Carmi and a freshman, doing a pretty good job.
She's been doing great against the pressure, handling the ball, which is what Carmi sorely needs.
Well, right on cue, she gets called for a traveling violation.
I'm sorry. I'll knock on wood next time. That's my bad. I'm a little jinx.
She was trying to go in the corner, then didn't know if she wanted to pass it or keep it, but it's a Carmi turnover with 6:20 to go here in the second quarter. 8-5, Eldorado with the lead. Lane goes into the front court. She's guarded by Mara Serafini. Gets a screen. Lane wants to go to the basket. Now trying to back down Serafini. She does. Her shot no good, but Rager tipped the rebound out of bounds. It will stay with Eldorado. 6:08 to play here in the second quarter. 8-5, Lady Eagles in the near corner to Hendricks. They go back in the post to Oglesby, and they're going to call a foul on Shemaine Lovell. Has pretty much prevented a basket there from Oglesby. She had good position on her.
Yeah, there's nothing else you really can do right there.
Yeah.
Got her caught on the front side and just got to hack her.
So a sub into the game for Carmi as Ebony Hawkins checks back in. 6:05 to go here in the second. They go to Lane on the inbounds. Same exact play, back to Oglesby. She got fouled again, but this time she made the shot. And a chance for a three-point play for Kylie Oglesby.
Great out of bounds play by Eldorado right there. Caught Carmi napping again, and she just slipped in. You always got to watch the inbounder.
Free throw by Oglesby, no good. Rager falls in the deck for the rebound, and they call a traveling violation. Carmi bench not too happy about that, but just a bad break for the Lady Dogs. Now Eldorado a chance to make this possibly 4 or 5 point trip. Oglesby inbounds, goes to Lane. They want to go back to the same play, but they go to Dunn now on the left elbow. Now back to Lane, guarded by Serafini. Far side Bennett, bounce pass in the post. Oglesby able to get around Rager and draw the foul. Travis here in the second quarter. Eldorado attacking the paint and drawing fouls against the Carmi post.
They're not early on in the game in the first quarter. They were just kind of waiting around the perimeter, seeing what matchups they like. But now they decided they want to go in the post and they want to go in hard and heavy.
Second foul on Hawkins as Oglesby hit the free throw. She's got 5. Makes it a 6-point Eldorado lead. Now a 7-point Eldorado lead as Oglesby goes 2 for 2. 12-5. Carmi needs to get something going offensively. Only one made field goal in this first half. Simmons into the front court. Lady Eagles still in the box and 1. Simmons at the free throw line is Hawkins. Cross corner now in the far corner. That's Elliott. Nice bounce pass to Rager, who hits the dead spot jumper. Ashlyn Rager has 3. Carmi back within 5 at 12-7. That pass deflected and taken away by Hawkins. So Carmi with the basket now is stopped defensively. Going the other way is Rager. Off to Simmons at the top of the key. Simmons waiting for the call from Clinton Wolf. Looks and now goes far side Elliott. Catch and shoot 3 on the way. It's going to bounce in for Addie Elliott.
Shooter's touch.
Addie makes her 7th three-pointer of the season. And just like that, Carmi back within 2. It's 12-10, under 5 to go here in the second quarter. Long 3 from Hendricks is short, and a good box up by Serafini, but Oglesby flies in for the offensive rebound. Now Bennett will fire a 3. In and out, and an offensive rebound by Dunn. Maybe could have been an over-the-back call, but Dunn puts it up and in to make it a 4-point Rado lead, 14-10. Elliott goes far corner to Simmons. She'll try a 3. It won't bounce in, and the foul is going to be called as Rager slapped Oglesby on the top, and that, I believe, is the second foul on Rager, and it is. So you got Lovell with 2 fouls, Hawkins with 2 fouls, Rager with 2 fouls. As Hawkins will come out, Lily Pollard comes back in.
Now we got a 1-on-1 situation here, it looks like.
Already? And so Kylie Oglesby was the one that came out of the game. She's got to come back in the game because she's got to shoot the free throws. As Travis mentioned, it's a 1-on-1. You see Oglesby in a little bit of pain, but she'll walk her way down to the free throw line. Yeah, 4:26 to go here in the second quarter. Eldorado already in the bonus. 7 fouls against Carmi, 4 against the Lady Eagles. Oglesby, who has made a kill at the free throw line tonight, she's got 6 points. Her first free throw on the way is off the back of the iron, and Simmons flies in for the rebound. Here comes Carmi the other way. Simmons in front of the pack, dumps it off to Elliott down low, and Elliott will draw the foul. as her and Oglesby went up for the jump ball. And that is going to be the second foul against Oglesby, 5th against Eldorado. I like the aggressiveness there from Caroline Simmons, grabbing the rebound and attacking the other way. Rager to inbound, now goes to Simmons, nearly lost it but gets it back. Near side, Simmons catch and shoot 3, won't go. And Serafini almost had the offensive rebound. Now Bennett pulls it away from her, but then Elliott takes it away from her, and they call a jump ball. And again, Travis, another example of a very quick jump ball call when I thought Elliott just took it right away from her.
Yeah, they are not letting much go on terms of contact. They're trying to, keep this game under control before it gets anywhere.
Inbounds pass goes to Rager at the top of the key. Rager drives in, and she draws the foul. As Hendricks got a hand on Rager as she went for the jump shot. She'll shoot a pair of free throws with 4:03 to play here in the second quarter. Second foul on Hendricks. 6th foul against Eldorado. Rager is set. Her first free throw on the way is no good off the back of the rim. Rager has 3 points on the night. Or correction, 5 points. Forgot to write one down. 5 points for Rager. Her second free throw on the way is up and good. Give her 6. And the Eldorado lead shrunken down to 3, 14-11. They get it into Lane. Lane will take it to half court. Now goes back to Hendricks, who gets it across the timeline. Hendricks back to Lane, near side, guarded by Serafini. Mara with about 6 feet of separation between her and Lane. Lane dribbles left, trying to back down Serafini down low. Goes up, no call, and Rager got the rebound. Somehow still in bounds, and you see Rager, a little bit of frustration there, throwing the elbows, and they're going to call a foul against Eldorado. Number 21 with the foul, and things are getting a little bit chippy here, Travis.
Yeah, and now you can see why they were calling so many jump balls, trying to keep situations like this from breaking down.
Emily Colorado was the one that checked in and drew the foul, and Megan Mitchell was just awarded a technical, and she better be careful or she might get another one. So the Eldorado fans, the Eldorado bench has not been happy, and you see Rocky Hall staring down a couple of Eldorado fans. It's been loud, been chippy. Both teams not happy, and Mitchell has been, she's close to getting a second technical, Travis, which would kick her out of the game.
This is the rivalry between Carmi and Eldorado.
You're exactly right. You are exactly right. In every sport.
Doesn't matter if it's just, jacks, jump rope, four square. It's always like this.
First free throw is up and good for Rager, and a nice turnout by the Carmi student section. They're loving it. Rager's second free throw on the way, and got them both. Nothing like a Black Diamond Conference rivalry, Travis. And so Rager will get 2 more free throws for the foul that was committed before the technical. And so a total of 4 free throws here for Rager, and she's currently 3 for 3 on this trip. And this one will put Carmi in front. The crowd will let you know if she makes it. Rager's got 10, just scored 4 in a row, and Carmi has the lead at 15-14 with 3:43 to play here in the second quarter. And now Carmi's got the ball. Chance to make this a possible 6 or 7 point possession. Simmons goes left side to Rager. Now goes far side to Elliott. Back to the top of the circle, Simmons. Now left side, Rager. Catch and shoot 3.
Well, you knew she was going to hit that one. Seeing 4 go through the hoop on free throws always helps you out.
A 7-point possession for Ashlyn Rager, and Carmi's lead is now 4 at 18-14. Lane goes left side. She picks up her dribble, and a traveling violation is going to be called. And a timeout's going to be called by Eldorado with 3:15 to go here in the second quarter. The Lady Bulldogs have a 4-point lead at 18-14. We'll take a 1-minute break right here on 97.3 WRUL. After an Eldorado timeout, Carmi had to use a 7-point trip from Ashlyn Rager herself. After an Eldorado technical, more free throws on a foul, and Rager hit a big 3-point shot. Carmi has a 4-point lead, 18-14. Cole Carter and Travis Black here at McDougal-Evers Gymnasium. As Carmi has possession. Rager on the left side, now Simmons. Far side, Elliott. Elliott at the block to Pollard, and they're going to call a foul as Pollard caught it down low. And now Eldorado has quickly jumped up in the foul department. Now Carmi is in the bonus, and that's the third foul on Karis Lane, Travis. So an interesting decision here for Megan Mitchell. She's going to take her out, and I can imagine we probably won't see Lane for the rest of the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you have to protect her right there. I mean, she got 3 fouls. You can't go into the second half already with 4.
Pollard hits the first free throw. That's her first point of the night. Makes it 19-14, Lady Bulldogs. This is let me do some math here, a 14-2 run. 15-2 run here for Carmi. It was 12-5 at one point. Now it's 20-14. Carmi leads. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Into the front court goes Hendricks. Hendricks on the near side to Oglesby. Back in the game and goes to the basket. No foul on the rebound. Last touched by Eldorado. Ball goes back over to Carmi. No pressure applied by Eldorado. Carmi will walk into the front court with Caroline Simmons. 2:45 to go here in the first half. Simmons at the free throw line to Pollard. Now far side Elliott. Ball above her head. Back to Pollard in the lane. Top of the circle, Simmons. Catch and shoot 3. Carmi is heating up here in the second quarter. Simmons with a triple. It's now 23-14, a 9-point Carmi advantage. As Hendricks in the front court. That pass deflected and stolen by Simmons. Who are these Lady Bulldogs? Rager the other way. Now on the right side to Elliott. Elliott will try a 3, but before she shot it, she traveled. That was a heat check there, Travis.
Mm-hmm. She was so excited. She was wide open. She just shuffled the shoes a little bit on the catch.
Almost a completely different team that we're seeing these Lady Bulldogs here in the second quarter. 23-14. Carmi has the lead. 2:05 to play in the second quarter. Into the front court goes Hendricks, guarded by Simmons. Trying to go baseline against Simmons. Throws it back inside. Pass deflected and stolen. Pollard now Elliott. Carmi's got numbers. 3-on-1. Elliott got bumped, and they say no foul. Goes out of bounds, though, last touched by Eldorado. 1:52 to play here in the second quarter. 23-16 Carmi. Elliott's inbound, goes to Rager, left top. Rager puts on the floor, and she traveled. Went into the lane, wanted to get rid of it, and took one too many steps. Ball goes back over to Eldorado. What are we looking at turnover-wise, Travis, for each side?
Carmi has 9. Eldorado has 11.
So pretty similar in that department. And now a foul is going to be called against Lily Dunn, who shoved off against Lily Pollard. So Lily on Lily crime there. And that should mean free throws for Carmi. Nope.
No, I think offensive fouls do not.
Offensive
fouls do not count towards the bonus.
Gotcha. Learn something new every day. Inbound to Simmons. She turns it right back over as Oglesby takes it away. 23-14 the score. 1:40 to go here in the second quarter. Into the front court goes Hendricks. She picks up her dribble. Now knocked out of bounds as Simmons knocked it away, and it will stay with Eldorado.
Carmi with great defensive pressure here in the last 3 to 4 minutes here.
1:36 to go in the second. Oglesby to inbound and gets it inside to Hendricks. She'll fire a 3 off balance. It's no good. Simmons went for the rebound. Loose ball. Diving on it is Bennett. Bennett and Pollard fighting for it. They say jump ball with the arrow favoring Eldorado. Nice hustle from both teams. 1:27 to go here in the second quarter. Lady Bulldogs lead by 9, 23-14. Oglesby to trigger. Looking, gets it inside now to Hendricks. Wants to go right against Simmons. Simmons takes her right to the corner. When they call a foul against Caroline Simmons.
Yeah, saying she was using her lower body to push her out towards the out-of-bounds line. Still a questionable call, but with all that's gone on, I think it's for the better we take out all the contact we possibly can.
I don't want to get teed up here, Travis.
Well,
it's happened before. Seen it happen before, believe it or not.
Well, you better watch your mouth, man.
So that was the first foul on Simmons. First free throw for Hendricks on the way. It's just a 1-and-1 actually, but she hit the first free throw. That's her first point of the night. 1:21 to play here in the second quarter. It's an 8-point Carmi advantage. As Barry will check back into the game for the Lady Eagles. 81 seconds to go here in the second. Second free throw for Hendricks is eventually going to be on the way. And it is good. Going to roll in. Hendricks has 2, and the Carmi lead sits at 7. 23-16 with 1:17 to play here in the second quarter. Smith left side, now on the top of the key to Simmons. Simmons goes to the right, pass tip down the hands of Elliott. At the right elbow, Pollard. Back to Simmons, top of the key, 3. It won't go. And Dunn flies above everybody else to get that rebound for Eldorado. Final minute here in the first half. What's been a very action-packed first half. Bennett into the front court, gets a screen from Hendricks. Now back to Hendricks at the top of the key. She'll go right. She'll pull up for 3. It's no good. And who's got the rebound? Oglesby comes down with it. Oglesby will go in and draw the foul. That one I believe is going to go against Lily Pollard, and it will. Pollard picks up her first. And the 9th foul against Carmi. But it will be a 2-shot foul here for Oglesby with 45 seconds left on the second quarter clock. 23-16, Lady Bulldogs lead. Carmi used a 15-2 run to take a lead. And the first free throw for Oglesby is up and good. Oglesby's got 7 points. And she'll stay at 7 as she missed the second free throw. And Pollard skies for the rebound for Carmi. 40 seconds left here in the second quarter. 6-point Lady Bulldog lead. Into the front court, it's Simmons, and they might just hold for 1 shot here. Hendricks comes out to get the 5 call. Now it's left side to Smith. Back to Elliott, top of the key. 25 seconds. Elliott puts on the floor, hands it off to Smith. Smith looks, dribbles right. Now goes to the free throw line to Pollard. Left side, Elliott. She'll fire a 3. It's no good. Not the shot you want when you're trying to hold for 1. 10 seconds left here in the half. Eldorado has the ball and a 6-point Carmi lead. Now 5 seconds. Hendricks pulls up from the volleyball line. It's no good, and it goes out of bounds with 0.2 seconds on the clock.
Not the best shot by Elliott.
Either
right
side, really.
Either, yeah. 5 seconds, shoot a 35-footer. 15 seconds, you take a 3-pointer, which late contest, but still, you're looking for something better than that.
That's how the second quarter comes to an end. Carmi uses a big run to take the lead. Now the question is, can they hold the lead as we go to the third quarter? We'll take a 3-minute break and be right back right here on 97.3 WRUL. Halftime here in Carmi. Lady Bulldogs lead Eldorado 23-16, and what was a thrilling first half, Travis. You know, early on, Carmi fell down 12-5, and I said Carmi's got to get something going offensively. Well, I guess it was an Eldorado technical foul that got the offense going. Carmi used a 15-2 run to take a 6-point lead at that point, and now a 6-point lead going into the halftime. Travis, sometimes it's a game like this. It's a conference opponent. You mentioned the bad blood between these two teams in any sport that is played, but the Lady Bulldogs are looking for something like this to turn things around for this season.
I mean, yeah, conference opponents you're always up for, especially Eldorado. I mean, Carmi and Eldorado could fight over a Monopoly game. I mean, they'd flip the table over. I mean, the crowd really got into it after those technicals. The student section, especially, excuse me, Jiminy Christmas. Ashlyn Rager hit 4 straight free throws and then hit a big 3 coming out of it. I mean, 7-point play just on that. I mean, that really swung the momentum Carmi's way, and they've, kept on since then.
Yeah, Rager leads the way in scoring with 13 points for the Lady Bulldogs. And they also got 3 points apiece from Addie Elliott and Caroline Simmons, and then 2 points apiece from Lily Pollard, Shemaine Lovell, and Ebony Hawkins. Scoring-wise for Eldorado, they were led by Kylie Oglesby with 8 points. I'm pretty sure at least 6 of those were from the free throw line. 4 points for Karis Lane, 2 points for Lily Dunn, 2 for Brianna Bennett, and 1 point for Adriana Hendricks is the scoring run for both teams. We will take another 3-minute break. When we come back, Travis will have team stats for us right here on 97.3 WRUL.
More than he did for Dylan.
I'm going to text him. To 17, and do want to apologize. First night of a new sponsor, First Bank 3-pointers. There were 3 Lady Bulldog 3-pointers there in the first half, so that's $9 donated from First Bank to the Carmi White County Unit 5 School District. Travis, got some halftime stats for us?
Carmi from the field shot 5 of 18 for 28%, 3 of 10 for 3 or 30%. Those are a couple of those big shots we talked about. And 10 of 12 from the free throw line at 83%. Eldorado was 4 of 14 for, or excuse me, 4 of 20 for.
Mess your math up?
Yeah, I got my math.
Doing it back in your head.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know, Travis, if you mess up, it's okay.
20%, okay. And then
if you mess up
for
these
3.
stats, no one's going to get too upset.
Oh, okay. There's going to be somebody at home with their pencil. 0 of 6 from 3, 0%. 9 of 12 from the free throw line, 75%. Offensive rebounds, 1 to 5 in favor of Eldorado. 7 to 10 for defensive rebounds in favor of Eldorado, and 12 to 10 on turnovers in favor of Eldorado.
There you have it. Again, our halftime score. Lady Bulldogs lead Eldorado 23-17. This has been the Jordan Funeral Group halftime show. Remembering lives well lived and honoring the tradition of Bulldog athletics. Visit Jordan for information. So we get set for the third quarter of play. And again, the offense better. They're in the second half. The momentum. They're 2-5. Eldorado's 5-2. And after what happened back on Tuesday, this would, I think, mean a lot for Clinton Wolf and his team if they can pull this one out tonight.
Big confidence booster, conference opponent. I mean, taking home a win here would be very big for the confidence of these young girls and just the team in general.
So Carmi has the ball to start the second half of action. Johanna Smith has the basketball, the top of the key, starting 5 back in there for Carmi. Rager, nice dump off to Pollard down low. Her shot no good, and the rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by Eldorado. So it's going to be Carmi ball. 15 seconds off the clock here in the third quarter. Still a 6-point Lady Bulldog lead at 23-17. Serafini will trigger. Serafini looks, inbounds at top of the key to Rager. Almost traveled, and they're going to call an offensive foul, I believe, on Johanna Smith as she tried to free up Serafini with a screen, and she gets called for her first foul.
Try to get a little extra in that screen, a little lean. Can't be doing that.
First foul for Carmi in this third quarter. There were a lot of fouls there in that first half. Oglesby into the front court. Hands it off to Lane. Near the midcourt logo. Lane over on the right side, getting a screen from Hendricks down low. Puts up a shot, count the shot, and a foul from Karis Lane. So remember, Lane is playing with 3 fouls. She's a 4-year starter for Eldorado, as Johanna Smith has picked up 2 fouls in 35 seconds. So Lane will shoot the and-one free throw. And the free throw is on the way, and it's good. 5 points for Lane. And Eldorado, or correction, I missed 2 points for her. 7 points now for Lane. And the Lady Eagles back within 3. 23-20, Carmi with the lead. Smith, left side to Pollard. She looks, now back to the top of the key to Smith. She looks right, now dribbles. Goes back left to Pollard. Pollard, ball above her head, now back to Smith. Near side to Rager, cross-court pass to Pollard. Pollard looks, now goes back in the corner to Rager. Now at the top of the key, Smith. Left side, Pollard. Pull-up jumper for Lily Pollard is short, and Hendricks grabs the rebound. Carmi just no inside touches there against the zone defense.
Just cross-court, skipping it back and forth. They need to get more going to the basket. They're playing a little too much pitch and catch on the perimeter.
Hendricks right elbow to Dunn. And it's Dunn down low, and the rebound is gathered by Serafini. Serafini in the front court. Now it's Smith. And Smith left side to Pollard. Pollard looks, dribbles right. Now goes left side to Smith. At the left elbow, it's Hawkins now. Hawkins back top of the key to Pollard. Carmi just wanting to make sure they get a good shot. It's the main thing here offensively. Bounce pass near corner to Rager. They're going to say it was off of Rager last touch. And the ball goes back over to Eldorado. So Caroline Simmons will check in. Carmi going to a little bit of a smaller group there with Simmons. 23-20. Lady Bulldogs still with the advantage. Into the front court goes Oglesby, now near corner Dunn. Guarded by Hawkins. Back to Oglesby left top. Oglesby looks. Trying to go down low to Dunn. That pass deflected and taken away by Rager. Rager going up ahead to Serafini, and a foul is going to be called as Hendricks and Serafini went for the basketball. Hendricks couldn't believe it. That's going to be her third foul. So now Lane playing with 3 fouls and Hendricks playing with 3 fouls. 2 Eldorado starters in that case. Rager cross-court pass to Simmons, thought about a 3, puts it on the floor, drives in, can't hit the shot, and Dunn's there for the rebound for Eldorado. Nice drive there by Simmons and a good look, just couldn't get it to go.
Great move.
Into the front court is 5.5 to go here in the third. Hendricks left side, got a screen from Ben. Score. And Eldorado is back within 1. A little 5-0 run to start the third quarter. 23-22. Rager, near side Simmons. Simmons dribbles left, goes cross court to Smith. Now top of the key to Rager. Rager looks. She's going to take her time. Man, Carmi looks kind of like they did there in the first quarter, just a little bit stagnant, a little bit confused on the offensive end. Simmons, cross court pass to Rager. Rager now double team, now goes back to Smith, now far side Simmons. Lobs it down low to Serafini. She's got good position, can't hit the shot, and Dunn grabs the rebound for Eldorado. Carmi at least went in the post that time, but no avail. Eldorado can take their first lead here in the second half. With the right hand, goes around a Dunn screen. Now top of the key to Lane. Lane wants to go down low to Oglesby. They get it to her. Oglesby turns against Rager. Missed the shot. Rebound out in the hands now of Simmons. And they call a jump ball on that.
That is extremely quick. But you talked about it, Cole. This seems more like the first quarter. And that's just because Carmi's not really getting anything going inside. They're not doing much other than passing the ball around the perimeter. And Eldorado's just taking advantage inside, using their size. Even with the foul trouble, they're still trying to go inside.
4:23 to play here in the third quarter. 23-22, Lady Bulldogs lead. Long 3 for Hendricks won't fall. And Simmons comes up with the rebound, gets it over to Rager. Carmi on the run. Rager gets it across the timeline. Now in the corner to Serafini. She'll fire away. It's an air ball. And a rebound grabbed by Colorado. And there's an injury as Bennett is down on the floor. She got injured actually in the game back on last Monday against Carmi. Left the game for a minute, but now she's down on the floor with 4:05 to go here in the third quarter. We will step aside during this injury timeout. We'll take a 30-second break right here on 97.3 WRUL. .405 to go here in the third quarter after an injury timeout as Bennett hit the floor. She seems to be okay though, walks back to the bench under her own power. So it will be Eldorado ball after did they call a foul there on the timeout? Travis, did they say jump ball?
I think it was a jump ball. I'm not too sure if it was. It would have been on Ebony Hawkins, and I don't see her number showing on the board, so.
Either way, Eldorado ball as they cross the timeline. Hendricks goes near side to Oglesby. Now top of the key to Colorado. Far side, this is Barry with the basketball, and Barry is going to draw a foul against Smith. That's going to be the third foul for Johanna Smith. She's the first Lady Bulldog with 3 fouls. As Elliott will check into the game. 3:49 to play here in the third quarter. 23-22. Lady Bulldogs with the lead, and Bennett right back into the ballgame. Kind of the same thing that happened last Monday. She got hurt, but then came right back into the game. Oglesby will inbound, goes top of the key to Hendricks, who dribbles right. Far corner, Oglesby thought about a 3, puts on the floor. Now Bennett, catch and shoot 3 for Bennett. It's no good, and Serafini, that is, grabs the rebound for Carmi. Into the front court goes Mara. Lost her dribble, tries to get rid of it, and gets called for a travel. Serafini's a little bit too ahead of herself there on the drive. And you got to think a little bit of frustration here from Mara. She hasn't scored tonight, Travis, and that box and one has just really been frustrating for her.
Mm-hmm. And then that happens, but you just got to keep working against it, get your teammates open, and eventually they'll have to come out of it if you score enough. If somebody else, uses your screens, uses your, extra movement that takes them away from the ball.
Lane down low, got her pass deflected. Now it's Oglesby near side. Oglesby in the corner. It's Lane for three. It won't go, but Colorado tracks down the offensive rebound. Gets it into Oglesby now. Oglesby drives and draws a foul on the shot. Man, this just feels like a whole lot like that first quarter did. Eldorado getting to the rim, drawing fouls. Carmi offensively just not getting much going. It's going to be 2 free throws for Kylie Oglesby. Oglesby, who has made a living at the free throw line with 7 points, make it 8. Dunn will check in for Eldorado. Hawkins will check back in for Carmi. With 3:08 to play here in quarter number 3. We're tied at 23. A 6-0 run to start the third quarter for Eldorado. And make it a missed free throw there from Oglesby. Tied at 23. Into the front court goes Simmons. Simmons at the top of the key. Looks right now, looks left to Elliott. Elliott, top of the key, Simmons. Now near side, Rager. Rager looks, cross-court pass to Elliott. She'll fire a 2-point jumper. In and out. Rager almost got the offensive rebound, but Oglesby takes it away from her. Eldorado the other way. A tie ball game. 2:44 to go here in the third quarter. Bennett into the front court. Dribbles right, now lobs it back door to Oglesby. Down low, Dunn, lost it, and Serafini is going to come up with it. Loose ball, now it's Rager. Carmi's got numbers the other way. Rager, 1-on-3. Bounce pass to Elliott, her shot no good, and they're going to call an over-the-back call on Rager as she went for the rebound. Now that's the third foul on Rager. Yeah. That one could have gone either way, I'd say.
I would tend to agree with you on that one.
23-23, 2:16 to play here in the third quarter, and Oglesby turns it over as she throws that one out of bounds. No one in the area, and the ball will go back over to the Lady Bulldogs with 2:14 to play here in quarter number 3. Simmons into the front court, gets it across the timeline. Carmi again just been very slow, very patient on the offensive end. And with that, Clinton Wolf will call a timeout. This timeout is brought to you by Carmi Lumber. Take time out of your to-do list. And remember that before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. We'll take a 30-second break here on 97.3 WRUL. .203 to go here in the third quarter. Lady Bulldogs have possession after a Clinton Wolf 30-second timeout. And it will be Ashlyn Rager to inbound. She gets it into Addie Elliott. Clinton Wolf had to walk around the bleachers to allow Rager to inbound that. Elliott looking now goes left side, Simmons. Simmons look, now back to Elliott. Elliott puts it on the floor, gets it inside, now pulls it back out. Carmi again just trying to feel their way through this box-and-one defense being played by Eldorado. Ebony Hawkins, free throw line jumper up and good, and Carmi has finally scored here in the third quarter. Hawkins has 4.
Yeah, a little broken play there, and Hawkins said, I'm a senior, let me do it myself.
90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Hendricks, step back 3 against Simmons. It's a 2-point shot, a high arcing shot that goes in for Hendricks. She's got 4, and we're tied at 25. 1:15 to play here in the third. Elliott cutting his Hawkins down low. That pass deflected, and it goes out of bounds off the hands of Ebony Hawkins.
Just a little too much for her. She called change up, and they threw a fastball.
Nice baseball reference there, Travis. 1:11 to play here in the third quarter, and Hawkins with the interception. Now it's Serafini cross court to Simmons. Nice ball movement. Elliott was open, but Oglesby's there to take it away, and they're going to call a jump ball with the arrow favoring Carmi.
Interception, huh, football?
It can be used in basketball too. What do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe not the correct term. I'm going to use it though.
All right.
Rager to inbound. Far corner to Serafini. Back to Rager. Rager puts on the floor. Dribbles right. Now top of the key to Simmons. Left side Rager. Thinking about a three. Rager still got 13 points. All came in the first half. Rager lost the dribble. Got it back now to Simmons. And a foul called as Rager was passing the ball away. That's against Lane. And that is number 4 for Karis Lane. So if you're Megan Mitchell, what do? Do you keep your senior in there, or do you take her out with 4 fouls? One more and she's done.
In this situation, I think you might need to take her out just for the last minute here and then have her fresh for the fourth quarter.
Final 45 seconds here in the third. We're tied at 25. Rager, left side Elliott, catch and shoot 3. Off the rim, and Lane flies in for the rebound. Eldorado the other way. Lane will take it herself across the timeline. Now left side Hendricks, she'll fire a deep 3. It's not going to roll in. Rebound took one hop, now it's Lane with it. Lane got stripped by Elliott. They're going to call a foul against Elliott. Addie commits her first foul. And so the ball will stay with Eldorado. They'll inbound from under their own basket. 25.8 seconds here in the third quarter clock. Oglesby looks, now finds Dunn near corner. Dunn back to Hendricks, now far side Oglesby. Oglesby looks, still looking, puts on the floor, hands it off to Dunn. Far corner, deep 2-point shot is good. Another deep 2 for Eldorado. And now Carmi going the other way. And Rager fired from midcourt, thought the clock was running down, and Hawkins can't put it back up. And that will end the third quarter. As the Eldorado sideline was yelling clock, and Rager threw it up a little bit too early, but that ends the third quarter. We go to the fourth. Your score, Eldorado leads 27, Carmi 25. Back in 1 minute. We start the fourth quarter. Eldorado leading Carmi White County 27-25. Lady Eagles trailed by 7 as we went to the third quarter, and now they lead by 2. Oglesby right top. Bounce pass to Lane down low. Her shot no good. Her and Hawkins fight for the rebound. They say jump ball with the arrow in the favor of Carmi White County. Cole Carter and Travis Black here with Dougal-Evers Gymnasium. Scott Maring back at the WRUL studio. Asher Penrod is with us here at the gym for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel side of things. Elliott will cross the timeline, now goes left side to Simmons. Back to Elliott between the circles. Elliott looking for someone to get open. Rager wide open down low. She missed the shot, tries to get her own rebound, and Oglesby comes up with it. And Rager was so wide open, didn't know what to do with it, but missed the shot. That could have tied the game, but we stay a 2-point Eldorado lead, 27-25, 7:20 to go here in the fourth. Bennett, top of the key, dribbles left, guarded by Elliott. Now back to the top of the circle to Oglesby. Oglesby will drive in against Rager. Oglesby's shot, no good, but they call a blocking foul against Hawkins. That's going to be on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up for Kylie Oglesby. That being the third foul against Hawkins. 27-25. Eldorado with the advantage. First free throw for Oglesby up and good. Lady Eagles also have the advantage in the foul department here for the second half. Carmi 7 fouls, just 2 for Eldorado. 9 points for Oglesby. Her second free throw on the way. Got that one as well. She's got 10, 29-25. 7:08 to go here in the ball game. Left side, Elliott. Now on the right side, Simmons. Simmons looks down low to Rager. Rager tries to turn. She can't back out to Simmons. Now far side, Elliott. Her jumper up, no good. Rebound grab by Dunn. It's a pretty good defensive possession there for Eldorado. Into the front court goes Hendricks. Now on the right side. Guarded by Simmons. Offensive foul as Hendricks lowered his shoulder into Caroline Simmons. And that is the 4th foul on Hendricks. So she's got 4 and Dunn's got 4. 2 Eldorado starters, 1 foul away from being done. 6:38 to play here in the ball game. 29-25. Lady Eagles with the lead. Elliott puts on the floor. Now Rager. Far side Simmons. She'll drive in now. Pulls it back out to Elliott between the circles. Elliott bounce pass near side to Rager. Still going against this box and 1 defense. Elliott. That pass deflected and taken away by Lane. Lane driving in. Splits defenders. Lane tries to go to the basket and draws a foul. As Elliott went up to block the shot. It's going to be 2 free throws here for Karis Lane. And you can tell, Travis, Carmi's trying to get the ball with a screen to the near block against this box 1 defense, but it's just not working right now.
Yeah, they're trying to run Mara as a little bit of distraction going to the corner and then just have a little pick on the block. And it worked the first time, but they're scouting it and they're playing to it, and that just ends up being Carmi pass the ball on the perimeter again.
Lane hits the first free throw. She's got 12. She leads all Lady Eagles in scoring. Addie Elliott comes out. Johanna Smith back in. So it's Smith, Serafini, Pollard, Simmons, and Rager on the floor for Carmi. Second free throw for Lane. She got them both. Man, Eldorado has shot really well from the free throw line tonight, and their lead is now 6 at 31-25. Carmi needs one of those runs that they had in the second quarter. Simmons looks right now, goes left to Smith. She puts on the floor, bounce pass to Pollard. Left elbow out to Simmons, top of the key. Left side, Smith. She'll try a 3. It's an air ball, and it's off the hands of Dunn. Rager comes up with it, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Rager. Ball goes over to Eldorado. Travis, Eldorado has given Carmi that outside shot, and reasonably so. The Lady Bulldogs have not made many of them. Full court pass up ahead to Lane. Lane picks up her dribble, got away with a travel, missed her shot, and her and Serafini fight for the rebound. They're going to call a jump ball, and it'll stay with Eldorado. 5:49 to play here in the fourth quarter. 31-25, Lady Eagles lead. Lane near corner, down low to Oglesby. Ooh, they call a foul on Pollard, but it looked like Pollard stripped that one clean. But they call a foul on Rager.
Yeah, I think he got caught on the backside right there and just didn't see the play fully because.
Yeah, it was Pollard who came around, stripped that one clean, but they call a foul on Rager, who was behind Oglesby. Oglesby hits the free throw to give her 11 points. That's the 4th foul on Rager, who's the leading scorer for Carmi. She's got to come out. Shemaine Lovell will come in with 5:45 to play here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw for Oglesby. 2 of 2 again. Free throws have been the difference in this game for Eldorado. And now they lead by 8, 33-25. Simmons left top. Looks, puts on the floor. Now goes top of the circle to Smith. Picks it up, back left side to Simmons. She'll try a 3. It's in and out. Serafini there for the offensive rebound, though. Now back to Simmons. She'll try another 3. That one won't go either. Out of bounds, last touch by Pollard. 2 open looks for the freshman Simmons. Just can't get them to go. Now Carmi's got to apply the full court pressure. Hendricks in the backcourt. Now dumps it off over to Lane. Lane will dribble it up across the timeline. Now she gets double teamed. Pass deflected, nearly taken away. And now it's Bennett and Serafini fighting for it. Jump ball. And possession goes back over to Carmi. With 5:12 to go here in the fourth quarter. 33-25 the score. Lady Bulldogs need a basket here. Down by 8. Left side Simmons. Fakes the pass down low. Now up top to Smith. Back left side Simmons. Carmi just kind of standing still offensively. Near side level, back to Smith. At the top of the key, left side Simmons. Puts it on the floor, wants to go baseline. Now pulls it back out, far corner Serafini. Open level, threw it through the hands of Pollard, but right in the hands of Simmons. Her shot will rim out. Pollard flies in for the offensive rebound. Second chance here for Carmi. Now it's level with it. She'll drive in. Shemaine to the rim. It won't go off the backboard, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Eldorado. Well, again, Carmi's trying to at least attack the basket here in that possession with 4:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Timeout taken by Eldorado. This timeout brought to you by Carmi Lumber. We'll take one as well. Back in 30 seconds. .436 to go here in the fourth quarter. Lady Bulldogs trail Eldorado 33-25. Carmi needs to get something going offensively. Caroline Simmons for three, and that's what they need. Simmons has 6, Carmi within 5, 33-28. Hendricks into the front court. Goes on the right side to Oglesby. Oglesby looks. Now goes in the far corner to Lane. Lane playing with 4 fouls, and so is Hendricks for the Lady Eagles. That pass down low deflected, and Shemaine Lavelle commits the foul. It's going to be her third. So Lavelle with her third foul, and that three-point shot, that was a First Bank three-pointer. With $3 from First Bank to the Carmi County Unit 5 School District. First free throw for Oglesby. Travis, do you know how many free throws she has made tonight?
A whole mess of them.
A lot.
Hold on.
She's got 13 now, 13 points, and I think at least 11 of those are free throws.
10 of them are free throws.
That was close. Smith goes far side to Simmons. How about another three? Yes! Caroline Simmons back-to-back trays. Carmi right back within 3. 34-31. Into the front court is Lane. Crossover, almost got past Serafini. Mara stole it, took it away. And she'll slow things down. Just like that, Lady Bulldogs can tie it here with a three-pointer. Pollard, Simmons, can she go 3 for 3? We are tied at 34. The freshman, Caroline Simmons, with 9 consecutive points, and we're tied. That pass down low for Dunn deflected, but then Dunn gets it back, throws it up, it's no good. And they're going to call a foul on who? On Shemaine Lovell. They're going to call it over the back. And so now that will send Oglesby, guess where? The free throw line. Where she, scoring-wise, has been the difference in the ballgame. Her first free throw on the way. Got it. 14 points for Kylie Oglesby. 35-34. 3:24 to play in the fourth. Oglesby's second one on the way and good. Give her 15. Give Eldorado a 2-point lead. 36-34. 3:20 left to go here in the ball game. Pollard drives in. Pollard goes up and scores. Lily Pollard ties it back up at 36. Now Lane picks up her dribble in the backcourt. Now it's Bennett. This could be close to a 10-second call. Bennett, they're still in the backcourt. Now it's Lane, and Eldorado forced to call a timeout to avoid a 10-second violation. The Carmi fans love it. This timeout brought to you by Carmi Lumber. Take timeout for that to-do list. And remember, before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. Back in 1 minute. quarter. We are tied at 36. Carmi County and Eldorado in what's been a fun game tonight. As Oglesby gets it across the timeline, now goes to Lane on the right elbow. Back to Oglesby between the circles. She'll look left, now dribbles left. Puts on the floor, now right side, Bennett. Catch and shoot three. It won't go. Rebound tipped up. Oglesby has it now. She gets taken away. They're going to call a foul or a jump ball. What are they going to say here? They're going to call a foul?
Very.
Yeah, that one I'm not sure about. They call Mara Serafini. That is the third foul on Mara. Eldorado in the double bonus. So Carmi 10 plus fouls here in the second half. First free throw for Kylie Oglesby, and oh my gosh, she missed it. She's human. She has made a killing at the free throw line tonight.
As Rasheed Wallace once says, ball don't lie.
Oh, I know she wouldn't go 0 for 2. She's got 16 points. 2:40 left in this one. It's a 1-point Eldorado lead. 37-36. Smith goes far corner to Serafini. Back to Smith between the circles. Dribbles right now down to Pollard. Left elbow. Pollard looking. Now goes near side to Simmons. Now top of the key to Smith. Smith looks near corner Lovell. Lovell will drive. Wants to go baseline. Puts up a floater. Won't go. And Lane has the rebound. Took it away from Pollard, but they say jump ball. And the arrow favors Carmi. So a second chance here for the Lady Bulldogs. Addie Elliott will check back in. On the floor for Carmi, they're going small here. Serafini, Simmons, Pollard, Smith, and Elliott. Serafini looks, now goes up top to Simmons. Left side, Elliott, thought about a three. Now drives in, pulls it back out. Simmons fires away. Good! Caroline Simmons, 15 points. And Carmi has a 2-point lead, 39-37. Bennett into the front court. Now Oglesby at the midcourt logo. Under 2 minutes to go and a 2-point Lady Bulldog lead. Oglesby nearly double dribble, bounce pass to Lane. Two-step, goes up and draws a foul. So 2 free throws coming up here for Karis Lane. How about the play from freshman Caroline Simmons? 15 points. I believe that's come on 5 made three-pointers for Simmons.
That is correct. She's made her last 4.
First free throw on the way for Lane. It's up and good. So Lane, who's, reminder, playing with 4 fouls. She's got 14 points. She's got 14. Oglesby's got 16. 1:46 to go here in the fourth. This free throw to tie it. Lane sets on the way. Got it. And we're tied at 39. 1:46 to play. It's crunch time. And what's been a fun Black Diamond Conference matchup. Left side Simmons. At the free throw line, it's Pollard. One dribble. Lily goes up and scores. Lady Bulldogs have the lead. 6 points for Pollard. 41-39. Into the front court goes Oglesby. Across the timeline. Guarded by Ashlyn Rager. Near corner Lane. Guarded by Serafini. Lane thought about it. Goes baseline. Lane puts it up and puts it in. Both teams trading baskets. 12 points. Or correction, 17 points for Karis Lane. And we're tied at 41. 1:10 to play. Simmons for 3. It won't go. And Dunn and Elliott fight for the rebound. Out of bounds. They're going to say a foul on Addie Elliott. And that's the 3rd foul on Elliott. But most importantly, it's going to put Eldorado back at the free throw line. And of course, oh no, she didn't foul Oglesby. Who'd she foul? Dunn? Yep, going to be Dunn shooting free throws. Dunn is got 4 points on the night. First free throw on, it's a double bonus here. First free throw for Dunn on the way. Missed it. 1:06 to play. 41-41. Second free throw for Dunn on the way. Missed them both. But Oglesby got the rebound, and they say jump ball early. But the arrow favoring Eldorado. That might have helped Carmi because I'm not sure if Oglesby would have had an open layup if she got that rebound by herself. Oglesby to inbound. Looks, bounce pass. Hendricks got fouled from behind, and she will shoot 2 free throws. She got beat, or she beat Simmons, and Simmons pushed her from behind And so now 2 free throws coming up for Adriana Hendricks.
Bad defensive communication there by Carmi. They didn't know if they wanted to switch or stay on it, and then too late, little backdoor slip.
Hendricks' first free throw on the way. Got it to put the Lady Eagles back in front, 42-41. 64 seconds left to play. Hendricks gathers, free throw, good. Give her 6, and a timeout taken by Eldorado, a 30-second timeout. This is a Carmi Lumber timeout. Back in 30 seconds right here on 97.3 WRUL. .104 left to play in the fourth quarter. Eldorado with a 43-41 lead. Did Clinton call a timeout here? Okay, so Clinton Wolf has called a full timeout. We will keep it here. Again, 104 on the clock, 43-41. I mean, Travis, this second half has almost been a complete carbon copy of the first half. It was all Eldorado there in the first quarter. Carmi couldn't do much offensively. Eldorado with a big run in the third quarter where Carmi struggled on the offensive end. Caroline Simmons some big shots here in the fourth quarter, but Carmi needs a bucket here, down by 2.
I mean, yeah, the game has really been a mirror of itself in the first half and in the second half. I mean, big Ashlyn Rager stepping up big in the first half, and Caroline Simmons big in this second half. And she was 4 for 4 there for a while on threes. I mean, she's really stepped up. Offense is running better in the half court for Carmi. And they've really been doing a great job defensively, other than the fact that they've just been fouling the wrong person.
Yeah. I mean, free throw wise, I don't know if you count them up, but I mean, Eldorado has shot 1,000,000 free throws tonight. And if Eldorado hangs on to win this game, there's no question the free throw shooting will be the difference. 104 to play here in the fourth quarter. Full court pressure applied here by Eldorado. The officials are getting the timeout straightened out. Eldorado has 1 timeout. Carmi has 2 timeouts remaining. And Rager will inbound. Full court pressure applied for the first time tonight by Eldorado. They break it. They get it into Elliott. Elliott across the timeline, guarded by Bennett. Elliott stops, now pulls out, top of the key now to Rager. Rager dribbling between the circles. We are under a minute to play. A 2-point Eldorado lead. Pollard left side, wants to get it to Simmons. They have shifted the box and 1 now to guard against Simmons. Or is it a man-to-man defense
it is
now?
Man. They're switching everything now.
Elliott goes top of the circle to Rager. Now 40 seconds. How much time does Carmi want to kill? Left side Pollard. Pollard, look, she dribbles right. Wants to get rid of it, taken away by Hendricks. Open lane to the basket, and they call a foul on Simmons. And so Hendricks to the free throw line, and 2 big free throws coming up here. To me, didn't seem like Simmons had that much contact. It was just kind of a flyby type deal. But they're going to call 2 free throws here for Hendricks. First one, good. Makes it a 3-point game. And a timeout taken by Clinton Wolf. A full timeout. This timeout brought to you by Carmi Lumber. Take time out of that to-do list. And before you drive an L, drive to Carmi Lumber. Back in 1 minute here at 97.3 WRUL. So 30.1 seconds on the clock, 44-41. Eldorado has the lead. And a second free throw coming up for Adriana Hendricks. We got to think, Travis, if a really make or miss here, you want to get a quick three. But a big free throw nonetheless here for Hendricks, and Eldorado has made plenty of big free throws tonight. This one, arguably the biggest, though. Hendricks gathers. Her free throw on the way. Got it to roll in. Hendricks has 8. The Eldorado lead is 4. 45-41, 27 seconds left. Simmons gets it ahead to Rager. Rager, backdoor cut. Elliott open, lays it in. And a timeout taken by Clinton Wolf with 19 seconds left. Now that is his final timeout. I believe his final timeout. With 19.9 seconds left. Travis, a great job there to get a good shot in a hurry, and a great job by Elliott to make the shot to make it a 2-point game.
I mean, yeah, that was great by the two freshmen making big plays like they have all this second half and all this game. Elliott sneaking behind the defense. Everyone's focused on Caroline Simmons because how hot she has been from three, and all the defense extending out to her. Throws a nice little backdoor pass to Elliott for 2. I mean, that's just great basketball right there. I mean, that looks like some seniors playing.
Mm-hmm. So 45-43, Eldorado with the lead. 19.9 seconds on the clock. You got to think, I mean, you got to foul immediately if you're Carmi, but you don't want to foul Oglesby. You don't want to foul Hendricks. I really think anybody else gives you a 50-50 chance of making them. Lane has made her free throws tonight. But if I'm Megan Mitchell, obviously you put your best free throw shooters in the game for right now. I think with 19 seconds, you can take a few seconds to maybe try to get a quick steal. But as soon as it hits 15, 14 seconds, you got to foul.
I mean, Cole, you got to foul as soon as that thing crosses half court. You got to press up, and you got to try to keep him in the backcourt. As soon as that crosses over, if you can't get the trap in the corner by that half court line, you got to foul.
Oglesby to inbound, slaps the basketball. Looks. Man, Serafini ran over by Lane. Now it's Bennett, and Bennett's going to be fouled at midcourt. Looked like for a second that Lane bumped Serafini down, but it's going to be Brianna Bennett shooting 2 free throws. And again, 2 big free throws. The question, who was the foul on?
I think it was Lily Pollard.
16.2 seconds on the clock. And they're determining who the foul was called on. And now what exactly are they discussing with the scores table is beyond me. Are they maybe thinking an intentional foul? That I don't know.
Oh, looking to see what the call is.
So maybe discussing who the correct free throw shooter was.
No, okay. The foul was on, it looks like.
Okay, so, yep. Foul's on 4, Addie Elliott. That's her 4th. So it's Brianna Bennett with the game on the line. 45-43. And if you're Carmi, if you get a miss here, you cannot allow an offensive rebound. The possession arrow does favor Carmi, though. Bennett, first of 2 free throws on the way. Got it. Bennett's got 3. Ashlyn Rager is in the ball game. And Johanna Smith will check out. Rager goes on the bottom block to increase the chance of a rebound here for Carmi. A make here by Bennett might just do it. Bennett comes set. Second free throw on the way. Got it. The Eldorado lead is 4, 47-43. Into the front court goes Simmons. Simmons near corner Elliott. They got to get something off in a hurry. Elliott, now Serafini, far side Rager, now Pollard. Time's going to run out. Elliott will just let it go, and that's how the ball game comes to an end. Eldorado hangs on and wins it by a final of 47-43. A fantastic, competitive ball game between 2 Black Diamond Conference foes, and the Lady Eagles prevail and win it to improve their record to 6-2. Lady Bulldogs fall to 2-6. Again, final score 47-43. We will take a 3-minute break. We'll do some math for you and have some post-game stats, and we'll chat with head coach Clinton Wolf right here on 97.3 WRUL. Back in 3 minutes.
we just, you got to be able to guard without fouling and putting them on the line. That killed us tonight.
I thought your two freshman guards really came in and played well, Addie Elliott and Caroline Simmons. Just speak to the effect of how they're playing basically like they're seniors. They look comfortable out there.
They do, and we told them you have to play with confidence. Those two ladies are really, really good basketball players. We knew coming into this season we were going to be we're young across the board, not just grade young, as we've talked about. We're just young, experience young, and so we are going to play a lot of girls. And Caroline caught hot there, and Addie's knocked down a few shots. I mean, those two girls are two of our leading scorers right now, and they both guard well. They have good composure. But my hats are off to all our girls who play. We're playing 8. We've got 3 seniors that are spending probably more time on the bench than what they really want to. But they're team players, and they're not in it for themselves. They're in it for the team. That we over me kind of attitude, and that's what we need. And they're doing a great job leading us. We got. Mara, as a junior, extremely frustrated tonight. Boxing one, probably didn't score any points. Joe, again, she just doesn't shoot it as well as those other girls. But she comes in and she'll guard and she'll communicate. And she talks and she leads in practice. And so, but yeah, to talk about those two freshmen, they're going to be good for us. They're going to be good ones.
You made a good point about Mara, and frustrating, obviously, so you could tell tonight. And that's just because, again, they came in with the mindset of the boxing one. Wanted to take Mara out of the game, but we talked about Caroline. I also thought Ashlyn Rager played really well, especially in the first half, because when they want to take away your best player, got to look for other girl to take that load in scoring.
Absolutely, and the sets that we were running were for other people. The first one we ran was for Ebony, and then she went up and knocked her 2 free throws down when she got fouled right away. We ran a couple for Ashlyn. She made one, she missed one, and that's okay. We're doing the things that we need to do to get better, and we're all, the girls that are playing are all doing a fantastic job for us. They're doing a great job for us.
When you guys were getting those sets running against that boxing one, you guys were doing a real great job getting that first option, but once they took that away, you guys kind of just got a little stagnant, a little passing it back and forth, just around the perimeter playing pitch and catch.
We did, absolutely, and a couple of those sets are just one-hitters. They're just a quick hitter. They're not a motion style. We did run one, the one we ran to get Eb open early in the first quarter. We came back and ran that one again in the second half down here, and we got it inside, but it wasn't a good look. And so she turned around and kicked it out and actually got swung, and that was actually Caroline who nailed a 3 off one of those. And so it's not a continuous motion style set. It's a one-hitter, and you don't get it, then you're stagnant. But we did. We even in the first half, we got in that, we call it 13, and just put Mara on the bottom. And all of a sudden they got 3 girls down there. And then we're just running quote-unquote high-low, but we don't have any low. We don't need a low, but we had shooters on the edge, and Caroline knocked down a couple at the top of the key, and we were able to penetrate and kick and get a couple of looks around the paint, which was good. Lily, on that same little offensive style, made a bucket for us. Ebony knocked one down at the free throw line for us out of that. So, we executed. Again, it just comes down to they made a ton of free throws tonight, and that absolutely killed us.
You mentioned the fight and the way that this team played as a young team. There was multiple times, especially late in the fourth quarter, they had an 8-point lead with about 2 minutes left to go, and you guys fought back and tied it and had a chance to win it. That takes, I feel like, maturity. You see that a lot of seniors and juniors that struggle when the pressure is on, but I thought with your team, even being a young team, to put yourself in a spot to win the game with all that happened was fantastic.
Absolutely, and they kept their composure right to the end. And again, that's a testament to these girls. They're great kids. They do a fantastic job. They come to work every single day and work their tails off to get better. And we've talked about it. We sometimes don't even get better game to game. Sometimes we get better within a game. And all of our girls that came in and played kept their composure, did what they needed to do. We're coachable. We're drawing up different things because there were 9,000 inbounds plays, and it's like, well, here we go against the boxing one. What's your inbound play? And just trying to run different things, and we were drawing them up, and they went and did to the best of their ability to execute. And again, we were right there. We battled back. We tied it up, and after the tie, we ended up foul, free throws, foul, missed shot, free throws, and now all of a sudden you're back down to 4.
Yeah.
But again, I can't say enough about our girls. They come to work every day. They'll be back ready to go tomorrow. This one stings, and they're supposed to. This is a conference game. It's a conference rival. We know it's going to be physical when you play Eldorado. It always is. And I felt like we matched that tonight too, because again, being a little inexperienced and being a little young, sometimes you can get intimidated. And I don't felt like we were intimidated at all tonight.
I agree. A couple of conference losses this week, but you guys have the weekend off. You travel to Fairfield on Monday. Always a good team Coach Conrad has down there. What do you know about Fairfield?
Well, they've got the returning MVP in Edwards. They did lose Dag, who is a really, really, really good basketball player, went on to college to play. They graduated a few other seniors. They're going to be good, though. They've got the Ellis girl that's going to handle the ball, and with Edwards, and then of course they still got the Book girl who's back, and then Simpson girl who can shoot a little bit, and another junior, the Hooker girl that can handle it and dribble. I mean, they're a good basketball team, and they're going to play their 1-2-2, and they are going to guard their spots to perfection. And so when you talk about running some sort of set or trying to get into an offense and flow a little bit, I mean, we can't be stationary. They're going to do a great job of guarding spots, and so you're going to have to work your tail off to get open, and then you just got to make shots.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. We'll talk to you next week.
Guys, once again, always appreciate the coverage. Thank you.
That's head coach Clinton Wolf. Lady Bulldogs fall tonight by a final of 43-42, and what was a thrilling ball game here at McDougall-Lever Gymnasium. Travis, I'm not sarcastic when I say that. That's probably the most exciting and most thrilling girls basketball game I've seen here in Carmi in a few years.
Just the intensity from the crowd. It felt like last Tuesday night with the boys opener.
Exactly.
When the game got going and got tense and tight, that's when the girls really started getting into it. Carmi came out a little lethargic early, but once that crowd got into it, really fueled them. And this was a great basketball game, period, not just girls basketball game.
Real quick, we'll run through the scoring for Carmi. They were led by Caroline Simmons, who had 15 points, 13 from Ashlyn Rager, 6 from Lily Pollard, 2 from Shemaine Lovell, 4 from Ebony Hawkins, and 3 from Addie Elliott. And Travis, I'm not going to make you read off all those team stats, but really I think the most important ones to me, turnovers, free throws was the biggest one, and really field goals. How'd that look?
Carmi was 8 of 28. Eldorado was 9 of 34. Carmi was 7-21 from 3, 0 of 11 for Eldorado. Free throws, Carmi did not shoot a single free throw in the second half. They were 10 of 12 in the first half. Eldorado shot 25 in the second half, hit 20 at 29 of 37 for the game.
Yeah, you make 20 out of 25 free throws, you're not going to lose many games. But again, Carmi, they will pick up resume conference play next week. Got to refresh my mind. Although they play at Fairfield on Monday, then I believe they are at home on Thursday against Flora. We'll have that game on Thursday for you, both on the radio and on the YouTube side of things. The Bounce Back Report comes your way thanks to the good folks at Wabash Christian Therapy on Oak Street in Carmi. Get back in the game. Call Wabash Christian today. So, Travis, Lady Bulldogs got to bounce back, couple of back-to-back tough conference losses, but things necessarily don't get easier. But what do they got to do to bounce back next week?
I mean, they just got to keep this momentum up from this game, because even though it's a loss, they still have played extremely well. They got to keep that confidence up. A couple things, running motion or sets and stuff. Defensively, they played pretty well. They just got to, back up a little bit. I know they're amped up because of the game, but just play defense without fouling and keep the ball moving in their offense and keep bodies moving in their offense, and I think they'll be just fine.
I want to thank all of our Lady Bulldog basketball sponsors. They are Cherry Street Automotive, Citizens National Bank, Nancy J. Winters CPA, First Mid Bank and Trust, Hale Body Shop, Roark Transport, Farrell Hospital, Little Giant Grocery Outlet, Jordan Funeral Group, Wabash Christian Therapy, Bush & Associates CPAs, Taylor Eye Care, People's National Bank, Hamilton Memorial Hospital, Rush Appliance, and Wabash General Hospital. A big thanks to Scott Maring back at the WRUL studio, and a big thanks to Asher Penrod here at McDougall-Levers running the YouTube stream for us. Appreciate everyone tuning in, whether on the radio or online. We'll have more boys basketball action for you on Saturday as they wrap up the DuQuoin Tip-Off Classic against Heron at 12:30 and West Frankfort at 4. You can catch both those games, both on WRUL and the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. That's going to wrap things up for us tonight here in Carmi. For Travis Black, I'm Cole Carter. Have a great night, Bulldog fans.